Welcome to episode 23 of the Factorio Space Age Big Marathon. We're in space. I wanted to watch all that science launch as this ship gets back to Nauvis. That's pretty exciting. That's the stuff we want. We have a lot of science to do because we've got a times 60 tech multiplier, and we also have in the space map a whole lot of mod planets. Today is the day we're going to go point our finger guns at Fulgora and go, hey Fulgora, what you got for me? We've been to Gleba, we've been to Rubia. Let's briefly look at those surfaces. Gleba is, banging away at the fruit. The music is going to be kind of non-existent for a bit because we're going between different surfaces that all have different soundtracks. Gleba is not yet, this one is kind of new, but is not yet being threatened by expansion, which is cool because we haven't actually defended it yet. We've just kind of built small. Rubia is also just doing kind of fine. These are normal rockets when they get up into atmosphere. They just don't look like it at the moment because Rubia has kind of a trash problem. It's another Fulgora-like scrap based planet, but we are banking some of the science. There's not really enough to do anything with for the moment. We've got these nice trains that are also doing a thing. The things we have recently done on Nauvis, that was a gross pollution map, is we've sorted out some of the things we need to make some of these other ships look more like the ships we already have, although not quite, because some of it doesn't matter. Shoot is the other one that we're going to set up like this, because one of the things we've got now that I don't have but I might want for combat purposes, so we might change our mind about some things, is we've already started to set up some of these ships. They've already got kind of the shopping lists. We've got these sniper turrets from Rubia that are really great that I think I actually want back for some combat before we go and do the actual, before we turn these into these other ships. We're sending up small amounts of the things that are in limited qualities, but a lot of the things that are around here, like the grabbers, the walls, the belts, even beacons that we would use. Okay, so I think the uncommon quality beacons we've carefully counted, but a lot of the stuff like normal beacons, normal chem plants, we're just going to let these things auto build because having a supply of these things in space will be fine. However, the complication of having just dropped all that stuff into Nauvis, this stuff as well, is that it didn't come down anywhere near here, because we used to have the cargo landing pad over here, and then we moved it and we replaced it with a bunch of kind of hand-positioned space science, which is, we kind of wanted to be running. Maybe not Omnia. I don't think we care about Omnia yet because it's not in kind of the initial loop. But if we can be running things that are red, green, blue space science, that's what this part of the base all happens to have. The yellow science is now leaving this part of the base to get on a train. We've got this kind of gross yellow, space science thing over here. Where is the cargo landing pad, you might ask? And why is this yellow science getting on the train? The military science is also over here emptying this buffer, and maybe we keep this buffer, because if the train station fills up, which it kind of might, but we've also got the trains here, having another buffer to just keep this going would be pretty good. And purple science also getting on a train, no longer doing this business at all, because the thing we have worked on recently, which was what we did instead of going to Fulgora, even though we wanted to go for Fulgora, was put all the biolabs over here, and we've got train supply of important kinds of novice science working their way through here. We've got biolabs that are not actually using all of the science production we thought we had. And the sniper turrets are over here as well, aren't they? I think we're going to find out why this isn't a good idea, because the water barrels we're using to send water to space for nuclear power, the bioflux which we're moving with the Logibots, these guys have quite a long way to go from where we've now put the landing pad all the way back to the train stations and the mall, and like the water barreling is down here. The water barrels go back up through these same silos. Questionable decision. I guess we're going to see how bad a call that is. The other thing I would like in here somewhere is a personal train station. So this train station kind of has space to be anything we want, maybe, I don't know. But I think the other thing we're going to do, and we're not going to worry about the stacker so much in this case, is with a little more space, and ending up just over here because it's not as big a deal, let's have... Is that going to be enough? How much other space do I need to pull things out of here? Maybe, maybe not. Mostly I wanted another train station here. That could just be a train station that I could go to, and then if we are doing single wagon things, then these guys are going to be... Yeah, if we're just having one locomotive, because it's me getting in and out of this place, then I would like to be able to drive a locomotive to this thing and not worry about having forgotten a locomotive that we already left there, but we also still want to be able to get out, yeah, to check the rest of the network, because the rest of... Yeah, some of this rail is good, some of it is not. The other thing... Yeah, the biolabs aren't fully running, weren't they? There's still... We're on our way to Fulgora, but there's still a bunch of things we need to do. I think one of the things we can do to speed the biolabs up is just... Is this one... Do these ones also need... Yeah, we've got... We plan on bumping this from red belt to blue belt to stacked blue belt, and then just improving all the labs and beacons with the upgrade planner. And one of the parts of that is we've got all these efficiency modules in here because we weren't sure whether or not we would need that much speed to get the biolabs at the kind of the red belt rate, and the answer to that is it looks like we do. So we're just gonna smash all of this in. We could actually get more of this in here as well, so we will. And then let's find... I thought we had a copy of the beacons with better speed modules in here, and maybe we did, maybe we didn't. We also want these guys to get all their upgrades, and then you don't matter. And then, yeah, these guys didn't quite get all of their speed modules. We're still also a little bit worried about whether or not we bottleneck through these inserters in particular when we get everything else up to speed. Oh well. And we did also say that we wanted a bunch of... Yeah, not all of these guys should get the speed modules now. We did also say we wanted... Oh, that's going to be an issue as well. Yeah, we wanted blue belt through here. We have this pipe here, which is... Yeah, these water and gas pipes are just doing the sulfur for blue science, and that's it. But there's also another pipe in here in which we intend to put lubricant that we have not yet. So let's get... Maybe not right there, maybe like here, and get a little pipe of lubricant in through here. This guy can be the lubricant we want. This is what Fulgora and prep looks like, doesn't it? We wanted a tank of this thing, say here, I guess, with the goal of being able to tie this tank to... Okay, you can't quite reach. Gross, 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 to this cracking, with the result that we will only crack the heavy oil if the lubricant is greater than, say, 6,000. So we're going to have a partial tank of lube. It's going to be fine. If we ever back up on light oil, and we might, because we might also back up on gas, yeah, because the only thing... We're not doing anything with the light oil here. We're just running the gas into the sulfur. So this could also be... I mean, maybe it works, maybe it doesn't. It's probably fine. These guys are... We did connect that to the tank? Yes, I can see this mess of wires through here. Cool, fine. So, in theory, we have lubricant in the pipe down here, and we have this belt of iron that we're going to turn into blue belt here. But I think we need to do something else first, because, yeah, we don't, on Nauvis, we don't actually have 2.6 gigawatts worth of power. In the daytime, we have a bit from the solar, but overall, we have 2.4 gigawatts worth of power from this power plant here, which isn't doing all this neighborhood bonus stuff, but whatever. We've got Coverx, we don't care about how much uranium we've got. And so I think we can do a funny, cheeky thing. I think we can grab all of this. We don't have the pumps. We've got the supporting roboports through the middle and around the outside. And I think we can grab all of that. And I did see over the side of this piece of lake, as long as we get all of... I think we can just jam it in here. Because as long as we get all of these heat exchangers exposed to the water, they're going to be super easy to smash a bunch of offshore pumps in. I think we also... Yeah, I think we're going to have to rescue these fish again. I am trying to rescue the fish this run. But bots are going to hate this, and then they're going to get it done, and we're going to be happy about it. Is what's going to work here. Do I want to... Yeah, I think we want to landfill through the middle of these heat exchangers as well. Mostly, actually, not that one. Mostly just for aesthetic reasons. This is an aesthetic conceptual landfilling. All those trees can get out the way. I think we've got all of that. We don't have rubber port coverage through here, but we do have additional rubber ports being built, so that's fine. We've got power connections over this side. We've got... I would like to have... Can you fit? You can fit here, which is great, because it means you're going to power this rubber port, which is unnecessary, but I like that. And we're also connected to the grid. This inserter wants to go, and then at the other side, this inserter wants to go, because we don't want to be putting fuel on these things yet, because we've got kind of a synchronization thing that we do to make sure that, yeah, there's a bunch of combinators in there as well, to make sure that all 4 reactors are fueled with one fuel cell at in one go. And then I think also the thing we're going to want is let's replace all of these chests with logistics chests. Is that true? I don't think... Actually, I think we only have... I think in here we can get away with fewer logistics chests. I think on the other side, on this one, we probably want logistics chests in here. But when we get around to actually processing the stuff out, I think we just delete these guys and request that fuel somewhere else. Okay, so issues with this include the bots are now super happy. We've got a bunch of... We've already... Yeah, this is going to be on grid. I think I would also like the same aesthetic landfilling through here. Oh yeah, that's another thing we need. We kind of need to grab... If we can grab just the offshore pumps, then we should get no additional landfill. And we should be able to smash these guys in here, and that's going to do a thing. And also here, and that's going to do a thing. And the complications we have here are that we've got moles for everything except nuclear reactors. And we are probably complaining about a whole bunch of stuff. Yeah, we haven't built all that stuff, but we do at least have the capability for it. Are we setting... I think for the moment we're setting all of these guys back to... We have better prod mods. We could also just prod mod these harder. I don't think it matters. But did we... Yeah, we want to set the ones we were using for that little ship reallocation back to automatic. And then the thing I would also like, I believe, is another 2 silos over here. Mostly, I mean, I think this is an aesthetic deployment because it just kind of fits here kind of nice, even though we don't have the silos for it yet. I think we're going to go build those, and then you want to go here, and I think it was one in from the side. Goes here, so that we can grab all of these inserters. That's not going to work because we didn't do the other bit of underground, but we did in fact get that in the right place. So we can have 2 silos if we had 2 silos. Yeah, you just want to get... Actually, I want to keep some of that for a car, don't I? Yes, so, we need silos, we need reactors, we need a bunch of other stuff for Fulgora. We need to go and get the sniper turrets. I need to go and put these fish back in a lake because we are being nice to the fish. We also have some heating towers because we've been to Gleba. That's going to make Fulgora nicer. But the thing we need to immediately do is... Yeah, we need to put some of these guys in the mall. And down here we have... refined concrete and steel, but also regular concrete here. So I think we can do a kind of cheeky thing. If we go like so, and then also like so, we should be able to have... Oh, there's a piece of iron in there. We should be able to have here... we actually might need to upgrade these poles so that we can get this stuff out. And we might be able to have through here a belt of concrete and a belt of steel, which is very exciting. Those are things we... I wonder what side it comes out. Actually, doesn't matter. We're not going to bother about being fancy and saving a bit of load here. It's going to be fine. Was there also... Yeah, there's copper here, which is not so much of a big deal. I wanted... that's going to be a problem, isn't it? We have mostly been kind of intermittently running this red science, and at this point we don't have the copper getting through here to be running this red science, and also running the nuclear mall, and also running the military science. We need to get more copper through... We need to get more copper ore in here, so I think we've got to grab one of these train setups. Can I just get all of... I don't actually want that belt coming out the back, do I? And we've also got to change the... Which side of... Do we need to start by... No, we don't need to start worrying about the stackers. We need to just do this with the same distance apart as we already have the other train stations, which I think is this far apart. No, that was not in the right place at all. Line up the train stations. Those are 4 equidistant train stations, aren't they? And then this guy is actually going to be a station down here. We're loading copper ore into the low density structure, of which everyone is super happy. Bits of the base are getting destroyed, don't worry about it, it's fine. Did I actually grab... No, I did not. I did a queue on this station instead of a copy on the station. And I want a copy so that... where were we? We're over here, it's fine. When we put it here, we are getting a copper ore request. And then these power poles don't work, and then we would like to blast this stuff, copy all of this stacker thing. I hope there's room at the bottom of the stacker. That is not actually a thing I have considered. This is in the same line here, so that should be fine. Join this up. And so we should have the signals down here already in the copy of this branching. And then we should have the station name. So the only other... Why are you... Oh, because you're not next to track. That's fine. Don't worry about it. It's going to be fine. I would rather... Like, how can we get... Is there a good line through here? He said, forcing a line through. Okay, these guys are going to go underground from here, and it's going to be fine, because I would rather run this through one way, which means that all of this stuff... Actually, yeah, the secondary problem we have is that the patch is running down and continuing to run out, and also there was a lot of processing for mixed mining here that we no longer have to worry about. So it was an episode about Fulgora, remember that, when we haven't got there. Maybe, I mean, is this commentator cursing it? Who knows? Yeah, we're going to redo all of this mixed processing better, but then also this belt here. Hey, we discovered how to get to Vulcanus. That's very exciting. Wants to arrive here? Yeah, and then we do have a method to belt balance this here, which is great. We can go input priority from the side that is on the starter patch. This is the copper, actually, that I was going to run in the opposite direction, because somewhere down here is the concrete and steel, because remember, we're still multitasking like 4 or 5 different things. And I think we go here, and we make this guy make nuclear reactors, and this guy make silos. Let's actually move those guys back 1 so that we can do many inserters, because these guys both need a pile of concrete and steel. These guys also... Okay, only this one needs... Where is that copper line that we... Oh, the copper... The copper recovery chest is also there, which is a hilarious place. I think we put it here. And then... Yeah, so we've got copper in the network, which is fine. We didn't get the rest of this train station built, did we? But fortunately, we have a nice extensible pattern here where we can just go, hey, you know what, I'd like to extend this stacker by 2. And we might need some more copper trains of this size, which is fine, because we can just go down to where we've got all these copper trains sitting around in the low-density structure build, and over here we've got this kind of train mall of, hey, you know what I'd like? I'd like 2 more trains doing copper stuff. Thanks. Yeah, you get there. That's why we have this other locomotive in the middle, to be able to just build things from the mall and be fine with it. Oh, yeah, there was... Yeah, okay, so... Copper... allegedly fixed. Starter patches need starter mining. Are these a new modern build of mining drills with undergrounds? Yes. Okay, so let's get the rest of this copper out of the way. We can have some mining drills here. This is going to be mixed, and we're just going to manage that, and it's going to be fine. Is there a bit of... There's 34 iron ore here. Where do I have... I don't think I have iron ore anywhere, so I think we're going to take this and go, you know what, you just grab any iron ore that floats through here as well. It's going to be gross. And then we're just going to grab you and mine you this way. And we'll eventually mine this out as we use this concrete. It's fine. Oh yeah, this belt of... did we get the other recycling chest in? We did. In that case, all of this stuff. We are tidying things up. That is one of the upsides of all of this happening. What even is this? Oh, this is the old iron ore belt for concrete. We were only ever running concrete from starter mining patches and then also ore recycling. So that's super interesting. That's the thing we're going to have to deal with. This one was all... Yeah, this one was all copper. This one was copper and stone. So I think we can go through here like so and have a thing that says stone on the right. This is, yeah, this is just like a warm-up for Fulgora, isn't it? It's fine. And then this one's going to roll through here, and so we now have... stone being vented into landfill if we need to, but also into... We did put these undergrounds back when we put the stuff on a train, which is cool. Did we... Yeah, that's probably... The TQ is probably fine. This one has coal and also stone and also copper. So, it's going to be actually exactly the same filter through here. And then this is just straight up just the branch that it wants. And this is a recycling chest for stone, so that's done. So now we've got coal and copper. And coal wants to go... Yeah, fine, whatever. Where is coal going? Somewhere there's a line that has coal going over to the grenades. Is it this one? Yeah, this is the line that takes coal into the grenades that are currently not running because the copper's also... Wait, didn't we fix the copper? We nearly fixed the copper, but did not quite fix the copper. Now we have fixed the copper. Why do you guys all have module 1s? Why do you guys have... Okay. Upgrades for everyone, I guess. What's this box doing? That... Cool, great. Okay, sure. Tidying all the things up day. Oh, does that mean there's going to be several of these in... And how bad is this situation here? It's not too great. Yeah, just delete that as well. It's going to be fine. Tidying everything up in order to go to Fulgora to make a mess again. So that's going to be super cool. Okay, so copper's coming in here. We've restored copper to the base. We had this here is the coal line. Yes. So if we go coal on the left... And this one just gets in here and does a thing. This one just gets in here. And then there's a weird kind of... it just connects to this... Are you guys mixed anymore? You guys are actually mixed, so this has to stay. Oh, well. All of this can go? This is the iron line. This is the iron line we needed for concrete. But we probably have enough Maybe we have enough concrete for the number of reactors we wanted? Because remember, this is a story about the reactors that we wanted to extend the biolab modules for the blue belt we have not yet built to get the modules up to, yeah, to get the biolabs up to speed before we go to Fulgora. Those are all the things we are allegedly doing, not just today, but right now, apparently. Anyway, this still needs iron ore, that's fine. Here is a line which can be, yeah, which is going to be copper. This probably means that the bots are, yeah, the bots are just complaining about all the stuff that they haven't got from the mall yet, because we're still just waiting to build it. We're still making, okay, we don't have all that many prod mods. Okay, fine. Where was the thing we were building? The thing we were building was in here. I guess we are trying to push all of the prod mod 2s out to the patch to be upgraded to prod mod 3s. That is a thing that's happening. Okay, so now you guys have got copper and steel and concrete, kind of. Do you guys want the same chest, or do you want a different chest? Because I think the only thing you're going to need from here is red chips, yeah? Because we've got everything else by belt. And then you're going to need, oh yeah, electric engines. There was some important stuff to happen with electric engines. You are going to want blue chips, and yeah, let's get 200 of each of these things, although it doesn't really matter. Let's also get 200 electric engines and 200 pipe, because whatever, most of these things are cheap. We do have, yeah, a problem with electric engines that we kind of need to mention. All of this is going to do what it needs to. Do we want... We've kind of got enough Roboport coverage in here for the amount of things we're going to be bringing in, although the bots are not going to be happy about it. What we do want to do is tie all of these inserters to these chests. We missed this one. And then we only want to be running these inserters when we have, yeah, we just clicked on the thing that was like a nuclear reactor. We got one of the mod nuclear reactors. Less than 2, I think. I don't think we want many of these nuclear reactors sitting around in logistic storage. And then I think we do the same thing over here, but for rocket silos, which are on a different tab of the menu. Regular rocket silo. There's some other rocket silo stuff happening around the place as well. And we could be emptying these faster. I think what we want to do is upgrade this belt through here, and then also this belt through here. Not necessarily the inserters. These red inserters should still be able to grab from the fast-moving belt. We might also want to upgrade... Oh, 400 is going to be enough, isn't it? We're going to change it up to 600 anyway. Okay, so we have a mechanism for making nuclear reactors, but not too many of them, for making silos, but also not too many of them. We need to talk about the electric engines. The thing we need to say about the electric engines is we had in here this nice little quality build that we were using for quality armor and stuff like that. And at this point we don't want to do that, because I noticed in between episodes that, yeah, we have actually blocked up the electric engines, and we are no longer making yellow signs because we have so much quality that the quality ones are getting trapped on the belt here, and that is a little bit of an issue that we have now fixed by making this space. On the upside, we could have, could we have more legs? Where's the blue chips and the blue chip quality chest? We do not have the high quality blue chips we would need to be making yeah, those legs at high quality. And then yeah, logistics bots making their lives worse. I think we're going to need more logistics bots, especially having moved the landing bay so far away. Okay, did we get all of these guys running? This is all working well enough. Do we... It looks like we could lane balance these guys better, except I also don't care. They're all kind of running, and we are also supported by copper from the patch. And it also kind of doesn't matter, because... yeah, get rid of some of this stuff. What was... This was an old iron patch? This was one of the first tiny expansions of iron? Sure. And then this is... Oh, this is also the iron into concrete, of which we no longer have. You know what? Oh, you've actually... You're not saying any expected resources. This might not be any concrete. Oh well. Making bot lives worse. This is kind of busy work, but we're going to jump this iron mining. So now we have the... let's have this through... Oh wait, this is also... Yeah, this is also all logistics storage, which I don't think we're going to want here at all. Maybe later, but not yet. One of the problems we're having at the moment is we might just be emptying out this concrete into these reactors. Oh well, what's Space complaining about not having? A bunch of stuff that we're still in the middle of working on. It's fine, and then some upgraded quality speed modules. No big deal. What else did I want to do here? Are these labs still running? Are these labs still running for lack of copper? Yes. But we should have fixed... Oh no, this is... Yeah, we were prioritizing into the nuclear mall, and then also the military science, which is important, but we would also like at this point to fill up this guy so that we can continue, because that's the entire point of having this block of space science over here, is to be running... Actually, how many techs do we have? I guess you're going back in, because that's the only other, like, red, green, blue space is the thing we want to be running from both labs. And then it might turn out that after we've done these 3 planet discoveries, we are done with this part of the base that would be wild. Hey, you know what we should build? We should go and build some blue belt stuff over here, because that's why we put the lubricant in here. That's what this belt of iron is for. I think we are going to be able to expect a surplus of iron through here, because, I mean, it might be a full belt of pipe into... Except it's not, because we don't need... Oh, actually, how is the grid? Yeah, it's on the edge of the 2.4, isn't it? We kind of need that stuff to be working, and it's not yet. Yeah, we've also got recycling boxes for the basic kinds of Nauvis science, so that if any of it ends up in the logistics storage from trashing labs or anything, it all gets recycled into this big biolab thing, which is nice. Yeah, I don't think we're going to worry about the number of pipes, because we want a half belt of blue science, but we've got productivity in the blue science, productivity in the engines. I think that means we're never going to worry about needing a full belt of this pipe, which means I think we can have, and I'm wondering how. Yeah, let's grab a bunch of these guys to be doing some gears here, because we want to build the blue belt to upgrade the biolabs. And then I think we're going to do a thing where we go... Move this in here so we can imagine having a full belt of gears here. And then we need somewhere... and it might be here? Is this gonna do what it needs to? Because I'm thinking about having belt here, and then underground here, because these are the only other thing that need the plate, which is also by construction on this belt, maybe. And then also being able to go direct feed here, direct feed here. This one is going to be red belt, but then we want to go red underground somewhere that also wants to be just a direct feed. But these guys also need to get gears, and then also want to be a direct feed out to another assembler, which is going to be blue belt. And then maybe this works? Because if this guy is the... Because the point is to only be releasing iron from this belt in the form of one of the kinds of blue infrastructure that we want, while also being able to have all these guys. You need to go here, and then I think we just go stack inserters for these guys. I think you guys just grab... Is this going to do what it needs to? So these two assemblers should kind of in a sense split those This is all... that's still not going to cover... Okay, it's going to be nasty. Yeah, we want these to assemble. We don't want to make all blue belt and no underground, so these guys are going to be competing for the same kind of gears. I guess there is also a possibility that's a little unfortunate that if we use up all the iron on this line, we might not have the undergrounds that we need to make all the blue undergrounds. Oh, well, we're going to worry about that later. We should also prod mod these guys because we've got all the productivity here in here as well, so that's going to be fine. We need the lubricant, which is just here, and we're just going to go bam, bam, and then these guys should then get everything they need, and the only other thing we should need is also red or blue splitters, and I am tempted in this case to just fully blast all of that into... Yeah, I mean, you can go here, but with this, we're still going to need request chests and things like that. So, storage here, storage here, storage here. We're going to need... Yeah, we're going to need to do this power pole stuff again, aren't we? What if you go over here, and then we can move this down a bit. And we don't want full lanes of this stuff, but we do want a lot. Same here. This one actually doesn't want many of those at all. But I think the other thing we're just going to do here is just request a whole pile of stuff in. That's not too much stuff. I'm fine with it. Should we also have... I think we can also go, say, here and have a long-handed inserter putting... Yeah, this is... here is going to get everything done it needs to, and then another one here, and we are fine. Yeah, the issues with this are we are now building more in the section of the map which is by the cargo landing pad, which is a real long way from everything else. Could be a little bit of an issue. I want to take a train back over here. I want to be doing more train-based stuff like this, so that I don't have to drive a car around places, because not having to drive a car around places would be great. We have run out of... Oh, is this same... Have we hit a red chips problem? It was entirely likely that because we haven't actually boosted red chips at all. You guys are still prod mod 1s. Okay, in that case, we do have a pile of prod mod 3s around the place. This is going to slow you all down, but we are going to get more stuff out, and we're going to get hit in the power grid, which we... Wait, are you guys all still... You guys are still... Yeah, but you're going to be hard to speed module, aren't you? If we give you... What we could do is we could go 3 prod mod 3s and a speed. And that could be... Because we don't want too much productivity here, because it'll slow down the processes, which would be undesirable. But I think we can grab this kind of nonsense and still get a pile more green ships out, which is kind of what we're going for at this case. And then the coils are we getting full belts of coils? It looks like we're pretty close to getting full belts of coils. Are we complaining about... We are not even complaining about not having enough speed, prod 3 modules. So if we can... Yeah, if we can get more green chips out, if we can slow all of these guys down a little bit, so that then we can go from... Your productivity was currently 20%, and we are going to raise that to 40%, so that's nice. But we also, yeah, getting more red chips was always going to be... Are you even going to the... a one that's helpful now? Yes, you are going to go back to the main base. Okay, so I guess other reasons to deal with these guys, which is kind of what I wanted the sniper turrets for. This is temporary defense in the sense that we can just alt-D it if we need to go somewhere else, but also just expand the places where they're crashing in. And then these guys... doing their silly little dance. They so silly. Yeah, we wanted to maybe, yeah, because we had over here we have some oil asking for modules that we don't have. Over here we have some copper. Did we also have... Did we already bring this over? Yeah, I think we could get green or red chips here. We would like to get... Oh yeah, that's right. All of this copper. I was having a moment of, is this the copper we were planning on pushing into the red chips? And the answer is, no, don't be silly. This 67, 23, another like 40. We've got like 60 million copper-ish over there that we could turn into the red chips. Alternatively, we could just go to Fulgora and make all that happen as well. That's also part of the plan. Yeah, so let's ignore the red chips problem, because we are about to tear down this whole part of the mall as soon as we are done discovering these planets. Why are you... I mean, maybe... I mean, we don't have enough science in here. We don't have enough space science in here to do all of the tech from these labs, but it should be split with the biolabs anyway. Oh well. Let's check on whether or not the things we built are working. We have 2 silos. We have these reactors that are getting made. We are... Oh, we don't have offshore pumps? Offshore pumps is maybe a thing that we are not quite running at the moment. All of this build can just continue to happen. We are nearly at our grid limit. The blue belt, is it running? The blue belt is down here and is complaining about not having stuff in build range, which is something I'm actually totally fine with. We might need some more logistic storage over here as... Oh, logistic storage, I mean bot capacity over here as well. So we're going to get that done. Yeah, I want to make my way over here and pick up these sniper turrets. Do I have... bullets? No. There are a couple of other things we need to send up to the ships before they can get built. Maybe we do that first. I also have to put... Oh yeah, where are the rest of the fish? We need to put the fish back in the lake because we are being nice to the fish. In fact, let's just... Yeah, we're going to do it like this. Yeah, we are getting close to behemoth biters. Also, do I not have... Did I... Oh, I did bring regular turrets with me. It just kind of doesn't matter. Yeah, we've got the flamethrowers. We've got the slowdown capsules. I probably... Yeah, we've got the slowdown capsules on the emergency button. Number 1 is my emergency button, because it's usually what fish is. But it's fine, because we can still just... I mean, these sniper turrets are still pretty good, and we do have... Actually, that's a thing we should probably do. Didn't we get partway through a big damage thing? We should finish off this piece of damage. I think the... Did I bring bots? I did bring bots, which is good, because that's going to make all of this easier. I also didn't bring repair packs, which is going to be interesting. The other thing we probably should have done before dealing with all of these dudes is... yeah, it took some damage with the car. Oh yeah, all of this kind of stuff is exactly what we would like to be... Is this... No, this is a landmine situation, isn't it? This is definitely a landmine situation. Hey, you guys, could I have your attention, please? Yeah, just run over here, do a thing, it's going to be fine. Yeah, we also should define like a shopping list for things we would like to take to Fulgora, starting with the heating towers. I think we are probably taking quite a lot of stuff, and not necessarily doing like a speedrun thing, but... Yeah, these guys are all eventually going to get into range. I don't have any repair packs, do I? Oh well. Yeah, that bullet damage is going to help out the ships. It's going to help out this kind of combat stuff. It's going to be fine. Maybe we still had yellow ammo in the labs that we are running down. Not super concerned. I don't have Did I only bring one? Yeah, I only brought one rubber port. Oh, well, that's pretty funny. Those are radar artifacts? Yeah, they've already run into the landmines over here. That is not a thing we're concerned about. Because also figuring out, like, this copper is nice. This area over here has a lot of resources, but a lot of biters, and it doesn't look like there are any viable bottlenecks, and also we're super well defended over here. This area down here, no idea what this is doing, but the area that we are standing in, like, there's an interesting bottleneck here that we've scanned out with radar. This light goes around here. There's resources that we want, but there's also the possibility that maybe this entire, like, depending on what the rest of the landmass does, and that's also kind of why we probably could have done that differently. That's kind of also why I would like to get over here and see, you know, both how many biters are out here, and it turns out, of course, a lot, but also what does the rest of the landmass do. And yeah, we're taking a lot of damage because we just don't have the rate of fire, even though we are just like one-shotting a bunch of stuff. Yeah, we still would like to get to Fulgora, but knowing what, I guess we only really wanted to be clearing out some expansions, yeah? I don't really want to fight. Okay, so that, let's check on this piece of, and I say check on this piece of coastline, let's absolutely wreck these poor fools. This little bit of coastline does in fact connect in the way that means that we've got a nice bottleneck that we might work with. This whole area is probably getting worse, isn't it? Yeah. And do we even need to... The thing is, if we are... oh, that was not a place I wanted to go yet. I mean, I guess we could landmine push all that. I think we're just going to ignore it. Oh, well. If we are thinking about going to Fulgora and Vulcanus in particular, yeah, like if we could... But then we miss out on these resources. Oh, well, if we put a bottleneck in here, and then all of this... If we can find a nice bottleneck over here, and that's also going to depend on what this is doing, isn't it? And I guess we did want to push out these expansions, so let's go and do that. The curious thing I was saying about securing resources is that if we are going to Fulgora and Vulcanus, then securing resources on Nauvis kind of stops being a thing. So maybe we don't really need this area at all, and mostly it was about expansion management before we went somewhere else, but also, I mean, are there any other expansions I want to clear out? Maybe these ones, we are dragging some biters with us, but you know, whatever. Maybe this one, actually it's not this one, I wanted the southern one, didn't I? Which is, oh, there's another base in there. Okay, in that case we're just going to wreck this one. How many bullets do we have left? Enough? This is far too far back to be, I mean, this is just a support play, isn't it? Oh well. We want turrets in here. Yeah, we still... I guess we flamethrower these things. I would rather not lose these sniper turrets, because these are actually kind of expensive. In terms of we can only make them in certain places, and it's kind of tricky to get there and back because we don't have automatic launch capacity or rubber ports over there. But also, whatever sniper turrets are also really good, as it turns out, as is often the case when so much of your damage is, like, the way they boost damage negates a lot of how the biters mitigate damage with their flat damage resistance. Like, when we have a biter that is, you know, a big deal of a biter is 8 physical resistance, which is a big deal when you have a gun turret that does, you know, 8 plus 24 damage, whereas if you have a gun turret that in one shot does, you know, 800 damage, that 8 physical mitigation somewhat less important at that point. We probably could push more. I really don't want to. I really want to go and get to Fulgora. Maybe we could clean it out later when we have some better tools. But we do also have these little stations over to the side. Now, yeah, we've got these little stations in both places, which means we can drive around with some degree of convenience. And I did also notice that, yeah, we are sending too many of these Module 2s out to the patch, with the result that, yeah, we're just going to walk them down here, I guess. With the result that the modules we upgraded in the smelting didn't actually get upgraded. And we're going to go to Fulgora, he said, and then got distracted by a bunch of other stuff. Yeah, all these modules, we somehow managed to not actually upgrade because the logistic bots are getting them before the construction bots, and so they're going out to the patch to be upgraded rather than that. Okay, other things we're going to do are, all of the nuclear reactors have gone. Is this the last one? This might be the last one, which would be great, which would mean that we could have... Yeah, there's a quirk about how we have set this up. That means that these, even if we put the fuel on the belts, it wouldn't actually, which is also what we want to do at this point. Yeah, even if we put the fuel on the belts, these guys wouldn't automatically start by themselves, because the way we've latched this, we only put fuel 1 unit at a time into the storage if the temperature is above 550, which means we kind of need to have all of these. Is this sort of the way up the circuit condition goes? I think so. Yeah, it's over here. Did not get the request. Okay, I guess we're passing this request ourselves for all these reactors. I thought you could copy paste things around the place. We cannot. Okay, so we need to define a bunch of shopping lists for Fulgora. We're probably going to take a bunch of stuff. This, I don't really care about how much of this neighborhood bonus we waste at this point, because we do have all of the fuel we want, and not having some of the exchanges and also means that these guys will do a better job of getting up to speed and being automatically fueled. It would be really nice if copying a building would move these requests around. I don't know why in particular it doesn't. Another thing I only just discovered recently, when I was looking at the biolabs trying to figure out what they were doing, because it surprised me, which reminds me I have to go and change that, because I wanted to change it in the video while we were talking about it, is the spoilage of agricultural science actually affects how much science you get out of it. So in particular, I was looking at this graph going, hey, why is my science only 1.2k when... Oh yeah, we should also maybe put this inserter back here so we can probably have this all fueled. Maybe it probably works. Yeah, I was looking at this thing thinking, I've got a full belt of agricultural science going in. That should be 15 per second. I should have the biolab drain the productivity. That should get me to like 2.5, shouldn't it? And it's only 1.2. And that's when I researched/realized that the spoilage on the agricultural science packs affects how much science you get out of them, which is a surprise. So I think what we're going to do about that is have this be an entire belt of agricultural science, and then we can just put the space science on any of the others. Actually, not yet though. We can put the space science back later, because currently we're only getting, yeah, we're only getting like nearly half the value of this thing, less than 40% out, so we can double the... I mean, and maybe this changes when we get more sciences in here, or maybe we'd also just logistic platform them. I couldn't figure out why the agricultural science side was moving so well, and then the others just weren't. It was a little bit of a surprise. But the other thing we're going to do is, and I guess we're doing this with an upgrade plan. Yeah, this is what it looks like to get to Fulgora, isn't it? I wanted to go red... Get an upgrade planner that specifically does red stuff to blue stuff, because then we can swing it over the labs multiple times and not care about accidentally upgrading stuff from blue to green, which we don't have. Where are the... Yeah, here are the biolabs. The first things we want to... I mean, we could upgrade all of this, but I think the first thing we're going to swing it over is this section in here, where we get iron off the trains. Okay, maybe let's just do the iron section off the trains. These two. And we've got the copper as well, but whatever. Yeah, get the upgrades to blue belt for... Because we have some of this now. we have a decent amount of this. We have a decent amount of these other undergrounds as well. Let's just make sure we get all the iron through here so we can do the rest of these upgrades in the way that we want it. And have we, at this point, cleared all the space science off? Maybe. I think we're just going to, yeah, we'll put the space science back over here as well. Yeah, so this means that we can actually only get 2 other... If we're giving a whole belt to agricultural science, because spoilage, we can actually only get another 3 kinds of science in here, and one of those is already going to be the trash science. So we might be leaning on the logistic bots earlier than I realized, which I don't necessarily like. And I think this does mean that we want, like in the long term, we probably want to be having larger belts of agricultural science. Yeah, we want more agricultural science on the belt, specifically on this belt. I mean, we could also belt weave a thing in here. We have, if we spread around, if we did these poles differently, we could belt weave these 2, or even have another thing in here. But I'd also kind of rather not. I'd rather just, yeah, get these ships done and then go to Fulgora. So, what do we actually need? I think we need... Yeah, because we also want to downgrade a bunch of these turrets as well, because I don't think we have... wait, check that you are not... Yeah, and then... Okay, fine. I have the blueprint somewhere in... Here, is this... Which one of these is the one that I just took? This is the one that I just took, which might have... circuit conditions different, and then we check that this is not on, and then, yeah, there are a couple of places where, like, we're going to have most of the stuff, but we're not going to have all of the stuff. I noticed that there are a couple of places where we have high quality speed module 1s, which we don't actually need. We can just do those with speed module 2s, it's fine. Tanks we can send up, pipes we can send up, assembler 1s, yeah, these speed modules in here are the thing that the base is still kind of struggling for, and then over here there's a speed module too, because this guy only gets hit by one of these beacons. And then the guns we wanted to change around as well, because I don't think we need nearly as many... Yeah, the quality signal symbols with the walls are also getting me a bit here, but whatever. Yeah, let's downgrade some of these gun turrets. Almost everything we need in these locations, other than if we just turn this guy on at this point, all of this stuff is stuff I'm happy to send up in bulk. Okay, maybe we send 4 gun turrets and... Yeah, I think maybe we send 4 gun turrets and a bunch of electric furnaces, because we don't need that many electric furnaces, and that'll save us 1 launch, which means that... I mean, I have... Yeah, I have enough of both of those things, so... Okay, you're already sending the electric furnaces, whatever. Yeah, send all of it. Send all the electric furnaces, send all of that. The other exciting thing we get to do now that... I mean, there's a bit of purple and yellow science left in here, isn't there? And there's a little bit of stuff on the belt. So I think a thing we do is we find a purple and or yellow science we like that can't be one of these agricultural sciences, because we're trying to pull the science out of the... We don't have any. We are down to... where's steel productivity? We have run out of all the sciences that are both purple and yellow, which is super interesting. We're not going to get all of these done. The entire job of these is just to pull the last of the science out of these labs. In fact, we are done with these science blocks. Oh wait, this goes... We've got to maintain the copper, because that's how it gets to... is this batteries? This looks like a line that goes to... Yeah, this goes into the batteries, and actually, all of the blue science can go as well, except these pipes and gears and steel need to stay, because that's how we're making the yellow science, which is a bit wild, but whatever. And if we're killing all of this stuff, which we are... we also end up accidentally blasting the red chips supply for the Roboport as well. But you know what? These red chips aren't doing anything, so I think we can actually just... This is going to so we're going to blast a bunch of these red chips. We're going to sideload the rest back in here to where the roboports can get to them. We already have enough roboports, and we also have, I think we might be sending quality roboports to Fulgora just because we have them. And then, yeah, the sulfur recycling I put down here, didn't it? Because we were using all of it, and it's still going to go into the acid, which is going to be batteries and stuff. These labs being done are all we wanted to achieve there. Yeah, now we're going to do the same thing just to pull out the last of the purple science. This blue science buffer here could be a bit of an issue, and I think all we do is we go back to putting this stuff in these boxes. Probably only a couple of these really need to matter, and then just request these. Yeah, I think just these ones, because once we do this, the logistics bots are going to have a fun time emptying all of this blue science into the requests in the other locations, which, yeah, we're already running down the blue. Oh wait, the purple science has all of this on this belt as well. Maybe we do need a little more blue science. Okay, reconvert that for a bit. The military we don't need. Yeah, so all of yeah. When we start to blast things, we want to put these storage boxes. Actually, let's grab not that side, although it doesn't actually matter because we're about to blast maybe most of this because of mall stuff. Who knows? Anyway, that's probably enough blue science. Get you in this buffer just to drain a thing, and let's find the biolabs again, because remember it's an episode about going to Fulgora, and over here is a place where we can put... Was this? Yeah, so this is logistics storage for plane belt, logistics storage for plane inserters, and we want to be able to empty those into the build over here because we're going to be picking up a lot of stuff. Like the steel productivity and the portable fusion reactors, definitely things we want. We're going to get the rest of the asteroid productivity done, but there's still, oh, this guy only takes, because I don't think we're making enough purple and enough yellow science to be able to do, yeah, to be able to run, because we want to run down the agricultural science because we've got a huge pile of it because we haven't been processing it for a while, and we only have... Yeah, the asteroid productivity, I don't think we have the purple and yellow science to run a tech like the stack inserters that needs both of them, whereas we've just signed up for doing more than that of each. Fine, whatever. Yeah, these labs. Bot's going to have a great time. We're going to put all of this in storage. We are going to not care about how the bots feel about this situation. They're going to be busy for a while. We're going to get a lot of Module 3s out back from this as well, which is fine. And then another thing I'm just going to do, I guess, while I'm on the way to Fulgora, is be more careful about clipping out a whole pile of this stuff, because there's other belts underground through here that we need to keep and things like that. But we would like to, yeah, like just here is a spot where, but yeah, stop doing all of that now. It's going to be fine. Biolabs are kicking through the science, which is nice. Yeah, we may have depowered the rest of the launch silos while we were waiting for, yeah, while we were destroying things. I don't think we're actually getting through all that much of the agricultural science, which I think might actually be a good thing, because it means we have a lot of it to spend, whatever. Yeah, we're just going to, I mean, actually, do we have the belt to kick off this next one? No, we don't have the belt. But the nice thing about having an upgrade planner here is we can just swipe over things we've already swiped over and don't have to worry about accidentally upgrading things to green. So that's pretty nice. Actually, let's, for completeness, get this whole section done, and then bots can just complain about it later. we are about ready to go to space. We've got, actually, there were a couple of other things I remembered that are going to be quite a big deal. We've got the cargo bays in this ship, actually, Argoth. Are we nearly ready to go? You're kicking into your last phase of waiting. Yeah, this is one with a cargo landing pad, so I think we want to actually go to Fulgora here. I think we want to set up the whole loop now, and then the next one is Sherbin. And these are also going to be time past 80 seconds, just because I wanted to be able to hang around to catch enough rockets. But then also the item count, this thing again greater than 600. Yeah, cool, that's going to be fine. And then also passenger present, because we are going to catch up with it. I mean, we're not actually on our way yet. There were other things we wanted to do, weren't there? Yeah, we're doing barrel stuff. Oh well. Because it also struck me that, isn't it trying to remember how Fulgora works even, and the recyclers are made with blue chips and concrete, and we don't have a way of getting concrete until we already have the recyclers. So there's a couple of places, actually silo ingredients, yeah, you should probably be getting that as well, shouldn't you? And then I think also next to the electric engines, which are fine, I think we also grab how much is concrete? Concrete is, I don't know, let's get 200 concrete or something. Wait, this is going to propagate to all the ships, isn't it? Which I think is fine, because we're going to do it once. We're going to drop it on Fulgora. We're going to build a bunch of recyclers with it. It's going to be fine. And then we also have the heating towers, which are going to be important. Wait, remind me, which of these ships was actually fully built? It's actually not Frederick. It's actually Zelbershot, which is ready to go and is actually not doing the silo ingredients and is also not doing the silo making group either. So let's make sure that we actually get all the stuff. Oh, we already had a rocket fuel request here. I'd kind of set these guys up to do that. These just, yeah, weren't automatic, and now they can be, and now they're going. And we're also going to send these heating towers as well. And do we have a rocket with which we can go to Zelbershot? You guys are sending concrete. We made more rocket solars. We ended up hanging around for quite a while because we were waiting on the amount of rocket fuel that we were trying to build. I'm gonna go and do that. So we are probably going to be hanging around in orbit for a bit because we've got to catch a couple more rockets, which is fine. Did we even set this guy? This guy has the old setup, which is not going to Fulgora. You were going to wait for us there anyway, but the first thing you want to drop is this cargo landing bay, and that's probably all, and we're going to use that to catch the rest of the stuff. And then we want to copy this setup and put it over here. Did this get... It wants all of these boxes ticked again, though, is the thing. And it probably doesn't want the bioflux, but then it does want... Oh yeah, this is why things arrived and then disappeared again. But we have these anyway. Are we ready to go? Oh no, we are not... We are not quite ready to go because we're waiting for blue chips, which is fine. But I think, yeah, here we have the cargo bays. Nice things about there being large numbers of cargo bays trying to do a thing. We are filled up on water. Oh yeah, I think we're at a point now where we could actually reorganize the ships to do the calcite fuel, which would be great. Would be a bit of a redesign, but I don't think we actually care. I think there's quite a few things to redesign when we next redesign, including having these ships make rockets to go to Gleba, using more sniper towers because their coverage is fantastic. Are we there yet, guys? Can we go? I think what we do is we hit the go to Fulgora and we wait for these rockets to arrive, and then when they do that, we go. time to actually do the Fulgora segment that we've been hoping we'd get to for a while. Yeah, the other ship has already dropped the pod down there. When we get there, would immediately like to drop the storage bays, and that's it. And then I'm also going to drop down to Fulgora, and we can presumably have a good time. I think the first step is just going to be, can we just get Fulgora operational at all? Not even worry about what its goals are. Can we get a power loop going? Can we get some mining? Can we dispose of everything else we don't need? I think actually what we're also going to drop down here from either of these ships, give me, I don't really care where, but give me this bot stuff, because I would like to have the bot stuff, because I could be picking up these rocks by hand, but I would also rather not. Oh, you know the thing we didn't do? We didn't actually look at whether or not this layout was what we wanted, and we probably don't need as many batteries, and we probably need more solar panels, but whatever, never mind. Yeah, give me the bot stuff, make all the bots, and then we've got to go and figure out where bots on. Are we gonna leave the legs on? I think we take some of these legs out so we have some speed, but we also don't want to be burning all that power. I think all of these with solar panels would have been a great call had we got around to it. Yeah, let's try and remember how Fulgora works, because it's been a while since we bootstrapped a thing, and have bots pick up all of this stuff for us, so this is a good time. Yeah, we aren't going to use that primary island because there's nothing on it, but also, oh yeah, these are the vaults that are the really good richness of stuff, aren't they? So that's nice. We've unlocked the technology, we've unlocked the ability to make recyclers. I don't really want to drop stuff here. I'd rather find more stuff on a larger island, he said, faffing around grabbing all the stuff. Oh well, yeah, and we can just dump a bunch of this in my logistic storage because we don't have that yet. Is this a large enough island? This does look like a large enough island to be able to do some processing on, but it has no materials. That is unfortunate. Okay, we're just going to grab some of these rocks and then be off with ourselves. Okay, bots can get in here. Yeah, I don't think we're going to bother building science at all on Fulgora. That is not what the medium-term plan is. The short-term plan is, this is also a decent-sized area by the looks of things. Maybe if we can find, is this all one big area? That's quite a pleasantly large amount of stuff. Okay, yeah, can we find... Oh, my bots took damage. I haven't dropped any repair packs yet. Yeah, can we find some scrap that we would like to mine? This is not 57k. That's not enough. That's not on. Okay, it's not Nauvis. It's fine. This over here is not great, but it might be enough to bootstrap the first things we want, and there is enough space in here to... Yeah, 57k, 113k, not fantastic. What's down here? Because there's the lightning towers down here as well. What is down here is basically nothing cool. Okay, yeah, let's still try and... I mean, maybe we're not even here for very long. Maybe we are just in this particular location until we... Yeah, we're going to do a weird pattern of a thing, whatever. Until we can drop... Yeah, until we can drop down some of the things we need to make this work. How do we make the lightning conductors? They need stone and steel and cable. Yeah, okay, so we still just need to drop down the things we want. Oh wait, I had a plan that I was going to do for this. The cheeky plan for this that is going to make this hub difficult to move afterwards is we are just going to add the Space Mall request group to the hub, and now we will be dropping down everything we might need. Yeah, I don't actually know if this is going to make it difficult to move, and maybe we're okay with that. Maybe we just want to have... I mean, we don't maybe we are just ending up doing everything with trains. But the other thing we want to do is grab assemblers. We want the furnaces. We want the concrete. We needed the concrete to make recyclers. We also needed some of the blue chips to make recyclers. Do I want these drone parts as well? I think I do. If you could just drop that stuff, I would feel better about that. What are you doing up here, and which of the same categories of things do you have that I want? I think that's about all. In fact, other than the space mall stuff, you could do another loop, to be honest, and you're not dropping anything right now. I think we could also get, actually, efficiency modules while we are struggling to get the power grid online could be a thing, and then I reckon you just keep on going with, can you get all the way to Gleba in one go? Didn't you say you had, yeah, you've probably got enough ammunition for that, for these turrets. I don't know how far apart these links are. 10,000, 7,000, oh yeah, so that's going to be completely fine, and we are going this way, which is cool. Okay, other ships that I wanted to see to drop more stuff, because you've got the heating towers, we're just going to spend all of them here. Efficiency modules as well. Oh yeah, mining drills. Oh wait, they would have already been in the group, and so would the assemblers. Oh well, never mind. Give me the electric engines, give me... Did you already drop the drone? Did I get more drone frames or not? Over here, did you have drone frames that I failed to drop? No, we might be okay. Okay, fine. Oh yeah, because there's a drone frames request here, and then I also requested these ones earlier. Okay, so things we need to do include, we've got to get solar protection for this up. I think we're going to try and put some of the stuff on the other side. Oh wait, I'm going to need power poles for this as well. Yeah, this is already a problematic amount of stuff to be attempting to move. Oh well, never mind. We need some amount of basic power grid just in here so that we can power... give me the efficiency modules, give me these furnaces, because apparently we need stone in order to make the lightning protection for these guys. And in that time we're going to, yeah, give ourselves just more stuff that's going to make the hub difficult to move. I think if we are going to move a thing, let's leave that lightning protection for at least a little bit, I suppose. Yeah, get all the scrap out of my inventory, and we can have 18 of these things, which is what we want, and we want these guys to continue going with this stuff. Do we want... I think we're going to want... Yeah, give me some collection of generally helpful stuff, and then also give me... I wanted a couple of boxes. Oh, I also wanted logistic boxes, didn't I? I mean, we kind of want all the things at this point. That was probably the wrong way around. Whatever. Yeah, I wanted the boxes to be able to do a kind of thing like this, because I would rather all of this... I don't think I need the stone for anything at this point, but we should also then, yeah, figure out where and how this electrical protection can go somewhere. Oh, this is what I should have done. Like, my first space age run, we did not do... Like, we did a... Where? Here? We dropped in a bunch of nuclear reactors and did a Fulgora with nuclear power with ice cubes from space. And the interesting thing... Do you have any more of these? You do, because we dropped them down. And the situation we're in now is that this would actually be a pretty good time to be doing that, except that we did not prep for a nuclear reactor here at all. And the other thing that I'm remembering now is that Fulgora quite likes having accumulators, and we don't have any of these, but we get batteries out of the recycled trash, right? At some point it will be day again here, and we'll be able to have these guys run. I don't know that we need... I think we're just stoning all of this, whatever. Sure, fine. Okay, so let's continue to get this trash out of the way, and let's try and get... I need the Give me all the blue chips and all the recyclers and all the steel and all the gears, I guess. And we should be able to get... We can now get 10 recyclers, which is nice. And then also, you have mining drills. Are we just gonna... I think for this first nasty hack, we're just gonna go... What do you get? You actually get down to 80% reduction. That's nice. Okay, we're just going to put all of this recycling of all this stuff into boxes because we need to get a whole pile of... we need ice cubes, we need the concrete, we need you guys to also have lightning protection, of which we're going to add more than we need, but don't worry about it. And yeah, because we get... Remind me what collection of... This doesn't tell me what collection of stuff we get out, but we are... Yeah, we get concrete out, we get blue chips, we get the ice cubes, which we need to melt into water. Oh, actually, you know the thing we should do if we are trying to bootstrap? We should get a couple of these, and... Oh, wait, Who's around now, and do you have the rocket fuel? I really hope you have some rocket fuel, which you do, so that's good. Do I want to send... I think I actually want to go... Give me a pile of things. Give me heat pipe, give me beacons, give me chem plants, give me pipes, give me the splitters and tanks. Don't worry about the combinators. Yeah, just give me all of this stuff. He said making the storage hub even harder to move. Yeah, we're going to do that. And then we're going to cheekily in here throw in another 10 storage units. This is actually going to go on all the ships, isn't it? That's a little bit of a shame. Oh, well. And yeah, just go back to Nauvis and pick up all your stuff again, and then we'll have a ton of things. Who else had... Did you have the Silo Makers group? No. Did this one have the Silo Makers group? Yes. I don't mind more storage coming across. In fact, are you fully built now? Okay. So, good times. On the way 10, I think we can grab this guy's setting, move it over here. You are probably still waiting for rockets to arrive? No, you're waiting. Okay. So this is also going to have a load of other good stuff we want, and we would also like it to join us. Oh, wait. You were not actually running... no, it turned all of these off when we did the paste, is what happened there. So that's going to be fine. We're going to have a whole lot more stuff turn up. We are going to, yeah, worry about, oh yeah, maybe lightning protecting these things. It's kind of a bad place, isn't it? Because it's going to affect our ability to... Oh, this doesn't actually highlight where we're in the grid. That's mildly annoying. Oh, well, never mind. Okay, so... What do you even want to do at this point? We want this to stay running. We also want a bit of a recycler trash loop. Actually, all of these. Are you... You guys are much faster than the miners you're feeding, which means I'm pretty happy just dumping all of this stuff that's in my inventory in there, and then we can get out, yes, stuff for more recyclers, which is pretty good. That's the thing why I was thinking about the rocket fuel. I think we want the rocket fuel almost immediately, because if we are doing... And I think we can do the power grid thing over here. It just needs to be somewhere where there's a little bit more space. I think the thing we should be doing immediately is just straight up getting on... We're going to need things over here later. But yeah, let's just straight up get onto the whole preparing of heat for things. Because we're going to need the ice cubes. We're actually really going to need a hot bar with a whole pile of Fulgora and stuff on it, and we haven't done that yet. But while we are waiting, yeah, because we need power grid for all these ice cubes to do a thing. Did we also get batteries? We did also get batteries. I think that just means we bang a bunch of accumulators into the queue that we also put around the place, because we've already connected to some of the lightning collection, so let's keep that going. Yeah, this is why I don't think I want to worry necessarily about the Fulgoran goals yet. I just want to get something running, because not having built a Fulgora in a while, it's still like trying to remember how and trying to figure out how we want to get everything online is still yeah, a thing that is a little bit taking a little bit of brain power. Yeah, give me some of this stuff. Although the thing we actually need, and I guess we connect this up with belt later because we've got all of that. Maybe what we should do is actually have, yeah, give me some of this, give me some of this, give me these things, and we actually want a couple of roboports and then the rest of the bots. We'll want logistic bots too, but we can bring those in later, just so that with everything we're dropping into them all. And is this other guy, you are on your way, and you also have the passenger present thing, so that's fine. Yeah, we are going to need the heat in these things, aren't we? And these guys are 40 megawatts each, and they're actually almost at temperature already. And then these guys are where here? These guys are 10 megawatts each, so if we've got 2 of these, we're going to need, we're actually going to do this for symmetry, but this is not actually the symmetrical way, is it? If this guy is 10 megawatts, it's 4 to 1, so we do actually, this is going to be all of the heat production we need. This is not going to buffer much heat, but also whatever. And then the thing we do need to do is, yeah, pipes that I don't have, reasons why the roboports would be nice. Did I pick up turbines? I did pick up turbines. Pipes, I got chem plants. Did I get chem plants? I remember dropping chem plants down. And then, yeah, just more of these modules, because we're going to need these guys here, and then also somewhere a way to get steam through. And I have forgotten to get curved pipes, or at least underground pipes, which is a little bit of a shame. Should we worry about it? No, let's just make a maximum mess immediately. 6 of these here, and then we can do a 3-element plan. Because we've got these medium poles, we're going to need more electrical protection over here, and none of this works yet because we still need to get why? Because you've got a thing, whatever. Yeah, we still need to get these in place. I don't want to do that myself. What I would like to do is drop where I think we're going to put this one in here. And now if we give you all of these construction bots, I've still got some construction bots, but now we can just blueprint anything we want, and it arrives from the hub, which is pretty great. And then we'll just smash in some of these guys down here, which are going to be doing the ice cube melting. Wait, how? I mean, to start with, we should be doing the efficiency modules, but these guys give us 20 watt, so this is 40 water per second, and these guys are using... so we actually need to double this. If we have another one here, we can eventually speed module it. Not really concerned about that. Mostly what we need to do is get some of this powered so that we can get some of these ice cubes in, so that we can get more fuel in here, and then we are... Okay, so let's do some... Should we do some boxes of things? I think we're going to do some boxes so then we can later replace these, but I think we go a very similar thing. We read the temperature and then we enable this if the temperature is less than, let's say, 600. Seems like a decent call, and then we should put some fuel in here. And we do get solid fuel out of Fulgoran scrap, so I think that's going to be a play. I'm also noticing that I've got a couple more bots now, so we can continue to drop these bots around. Where's another place that I think over here is a place that we can get these 2 important elements in the grid, so we're collecting some of the lightning, and then I think we're also going to go boxes over this way, because at this point where we can have this thing down here. That connects somewhat like so, sure. Yeah, are we actually making power? Oh yeah, I've got all the accumulators, don't I? And then the other thing I want to do is give these guys storage somewhere. So we're just going to reuse this space, which feels kind of gross, but we're going to go for it. And then I mean, can we also at this point, do we have bot range on, can we just set bots to tidying up these things? I think we could. I think that's probably the wrong call, because we don't actually have a state, like we're not actually running it. We're just filling up these boxes. That is the wrong kind of scrap. Did I just try and trash the holmium ore? That's kind of entertaining. Yeah, I guess we're just going to continue to bash these guys into the handcrafting cube. We are going to, oh yeah, we get so many gears out of this, don't we? Okay, let's have another immediate recycling loop here, which we're also going to go double speed module, so that we can just pile a bunch of gears into all of these guys. More gears than we need. Getting the iron out, that's nice. Oh yeah, because I wanted to... you are in fact here. In that case, we should be able to find... I guess we grab all the storage. Did you not get bots? I kind of hoped of all things you would get bots. I don't think we need that concrete. I think we should now be online for concrete. But if we also... if we drop in that concrete, or if we drop in these electric engines, I don't think we need any more of, like, the silo stuff. The blue chips are going to be... actually, they're going to be right here for us. I was going to say they are also, whenever we bring in things that are going over to Gleba, then we'll get that stuff. But we'll also just mine them right out of the ground here. Okay, can we have you having solid fuel, me ignoring whatever's happening on Nauvis, or maybe we should prod mod these. I don't think it's actually going to matter. And then the other thing we wanted to do was to... oh yeah, that's right, that's why I wanted these. I wanted more drone frames, which we did get, and then I wanted logistics bots, which we can have, so that I could throw all of these accumulators in my trash slots and bots would deal with them. That is kind of the long way around of doing this. Okay, so we've got steam, we've got power grid. We should be able to go and build stuff in theory. Yeah, oh actually let's actually put all these accumulators that we have made somewhere. Can I queue things? I can queue things off the hotbar, or off the building construction. That is kind of cute. Okay, where can we put these that will get everything powered? And then also one... okay, I guess you just don't get to exist there. Unlucky for you. Bots may have some of these. They may be in storage. Okay, so that's going to... yeah, we've got some kind of power solution running now. We can continue to handcraft the rest of these things, because handcrafting is a resource that we're going to spend. 15 more recyclers, pretty good. Stone that we might need for... I mean, how many of these things do we need? I don't know, who knows, whatever. Do we have more gears than we want? Did we just fail to pick stuff up because our inventory was full? No, I think that's actually fine, isn't it? Okay, I think we have enough stuff and kind of enough processing here that we can start to think about... can you move to, say, here? Because I'm going to continue this weird offset pattern of storage space for no particular reason. Didn't you have... yeah, I think bots have another one they can put over there. It's going to be fine. Yeah, cool, great. Have we hand-fed and handcrafted our way to everything we need to do? Maybe. Are we... how many of these do we actually need? 5.8. We've got... maybe? Whatever. I think that's close enough. I don't think we're going to worry about it. I think we're going to claim that the power grid is solved. Oh, wait. I also don't want these anymore. And we've actually got... more of these things that would fit. Oh, you know what this would have been great for? This little spot would have been great for a little doom spiral. Maybe we use this spot for a doom spiral. Maybe we, I don't know, whatever. Let's start mining more resources onto belts so that we can have something that actually runs in a sustainable way. That would be nice. Oh, we can have blocks of 3 because we have the medium poles. I should really, yeah, do a hotbar thing. We're not going to do a hotbar thing yet. Okay, so this is going to be our unit of mining for a bit. Yeah, what's hotbar 1? We're not really using this at all yet. In fact, all of these blueprints don't even exist in this place, so I think get rid of that. And then slap this here in a kind of ugly way, but it is going to be more processing. And are we just spaghettiing this for the immediate future? I think we are. I think all we want at the moment is we want the fuel stuff, and then yeah, get these. Oh, that's why we're not voiding any of these dudes. I have all of the logistic spots. I don't want the logistic spots. Okay, can we? Yeah, so I think we get rid of these guys. And I think we just move all of them. And then I think there's actually space to get when we are ready to... Because the thing is, we also can't just go, hey, here's... are we actually going to do this? Yeah, whatever. You know, fine. It's going to be fine. Don't worry about things. Ask fewer questions. Does this fit is going to be the question that I most want to ask. And if not, we're going to make it fit and it's going to be fine. And yeah, because the issue with doing this kind of stuff is, you know, this is fine, except that it will stop running if we're not processing literally everything off all of these belts. And so the issue with that is, this is probably also more than we need, isn't it, is, yeah, we still need to be getting the fuel out of this thing, the ice cubes out of this thing, because that's how we're making the rest of this work. Did we not even... Did you guys not... Okay, in that case, you guys don't get to exist. Just go back in storage. Sucks to be you. Oh, we could actually... If we have the logistic spots now, that was not the thing I wanted to click on. If we have the logistic spots, then we could actually just go as a temporary hack. And I like temporary hacks. All of that stuff in logistic storage. Give me more steel, give me more green chips, give me more red chips. And we are just going to resequence all of those recyclers and... Yeah, of which we're getting more because we've done other stuff now. But yeah, now we can just have logistics requests from the weird static stuff. Which we will, like, we're definitely going to replace all of these with belts later. I just like the idea of having... So now logistic spots can move things from one of these places to the other, and we have some kind of fuel loop that's actually running, which is nice. And then we can worry about these guys not having power, but it's fine because now they do, and these guys not having... lightning coverage, and we've fixed that as well from the high ground, no less. If we have power now, then bots, I think, can just start to work on this stuff, and they're going to be pretty sad about it, but whatever, because we have theoretically fixed power? Question mark? Okay, things we also definitely want are, yeah, let's get... Do we smash in some more storage? I think we smash in a little bit. Let's go for full rhombus storage. That's how we're doing our storage today. That's going to be fine. We then want to... Are we going to worry about ratios on any of this section? Not really. I think we want to mine this as well. But I think, yeah, we just need to be taking everything off this belt. We need to find a place where we can... recycler dump literally everything that we don't want, which is going to do something like, yeah, that lightning, it's fine. I would rather have these, Can we have them? Is there enough space to have these guys set up like so, is my question. Lightning coverage. Because if we have a belt of stuff running in, then yeah, we also might be in the situation where... See, this is not going to do what we need it to, because we need to be venting these things before we are venting the central section. I think another thing we can do, because I have done doom spirals before, is just make sure we've got other ways of also trashing stuff. And, like, even if we're throwing away holmium, if we're throwing away those huge, big, important resources that we really care about, I kind of don't mind, because with a 60 times tech multiplier, we're going to need so much of everything that it kind of, like, it kind of won't matter. All of these guys get to run, these guys get to run as well. So yeah, so be prepared for me to just vent everything, because that stuff doesn't matter yet. And okay, so this one is actually in a place that's bad. Oh well. And then this guy. Okay, so let's do that. Can we do this differently by connecting to that power pole there, and then... Because I want to find a place where, if possible, we can also have this dude in the grid. Oh, now it's telling me... I wasn't seeing that highlighted before. Maybe because we were not an electrical grid. Oh well. Give me this stuff. Continue making these recyclers, because we're going to want all of the recyclers. And yeah, the thing we needed to do here was we needed to go... Maybe we can just go... Maybe we can do all of this differently as well. I don't think this side loading thing is going to work, but we're going to find out. We're going to go under here, and then we can go... sure, gross. Things that are unhappy. So we're going to go input priority from the trash side. So hopefully this face-looking thing will just void everything. And then if we have... yeah, I kind of want to compare the ratios of things of how many of which bit we're getting out, but I also don't really care. We're also not going to worry about balancing that. It's going to have more on one side than the other, but we're going to have a belt of stuff, and so we are going to want to... I think we start by... Yeah, we decided that this, with speed modules, was the right amount of water processing, didn't we? So if we... don't worry about the speed modules, because we are not going to be at our limit of processing this stuff yet. Then you get back here, and then... Do I like that? I do not like that. I would rather have a little more space, because we've also got to get either solid fuel or rocket fuel over here, and for the moment we are just going to go a thing like this, which is going to look for rocket fuel. Do we also have tanks? Did I drop tanks down? We got tanks from somewhere. I don't exactly remember where. Don't worry about it. Bots have all of these. And then... Yeah, remind me which side of the belt you would put things on if you had the opportunity to do that. If we give you some stuff, you put things on the right-hand side. So... okay, that was kind of in the wrong place, wasn't it? We want that to be here. We want to be able to go... I said you put things on the right-hand side? Is that a thing that I got right, or is that one of the things that I've done the commentary wrong and made things up? What if you had... Yeah. This is going in the right place. So now these four guys... This isn't going to be lane balanced, and I'm fine with that. but it will eventually fill up as... Which line are we in? We're in this line here. We've got to go under the storage. That's pretty thematic, really, of all the things that could have happened. Yeah, this is fine. Get these guys out of the way. Is that true? I don't think that's true. I think we run this through here, and then also still have ourselves a nice little buffer. I think that's going to be the good play that we like, because now we can have fuel. The water we were going to do with a bunch of pipes that can run down here. And you can see from how the belt is stationary that things are... This is why we wanted to be mining the first bunch of stuff just into boxes, because if we don't deal with everything, then it all stops in a way that is pretty unhelpful. You know what we want on this bit of... We want one of these on the hotbar so we can put it over here and continue to defend our stuff. So I think at this point all of these guys can go, and we should still have a supply of water, because this is now in the tank. We should now have these things, and yeah, maybe it's up to just making some things that we want. And by making some things I want, I mean taking things off the belt that we want and then literally junking everything else. So things that we would like to get out of this trash, if we have any of the blue chips, we would we would like them. If we have any of the low density structure, we clicked on the wrong thing, but whatever, if we get any of the low density structure, we also would like them. I think we're going to do this at any quality, because we are going to be doing a Fulgoran quality thing. That's kind of why we're here. It's not just that, like, there is a science that we eventually want. We are not going to worry about that so much yet. We are just going to pull all these things off, and then... Oh, batteries is the thing that we wanted to do, wasn't it? Okay, so also, yes, literally these guys of any quality, of which we do not have quality yet, but put that in a box? Sure. And then there's... Oh yeah, with these guys also, maybe we should be filtering some of this... Yeah, you guys get batteries, and then there's ice cubes. If we're getting enough ice cubes through here, we kind of don't care. If we are getting... let's get some more rubber ports. I'm pretty sure that someone here has rubber ports. Oh, I had rubber ports. Steel we also want. Yeah, so the concrete and steel we also want. But I think the concrete and steel we only want at normal qualities. Why? Yeah, why did that not work for a moment? Whatever. Concrete and then also steel. Steel is... We will eventually find steel. Okay, but only for the moment at normal quality. Give me all of whatever we had, and then everything else, in a way to just get things flowing, we are going to throw everything else, including the holmium for now. We're going to throw that away, but we've got other spaces to build other stuff off. In particular, we've got... Yeah, I think in here... We want to have more chests. In fact, this is probably more chests than we need. I apparently need to build more chests. And in here, we are going to say, use filters for gears, because having a lot of iron is going to be a thing that we would like. Maybe if we're doing that, we should also have... something that's actually pulling gears off. And then we need more of these boxes, which are made with steel, which we have over here from on the site, and red chips, which we also have over here from on the site. And now we are, yeah, starting to move things. We're throwing a lot of stuff away. We don't care. That is not the point. As long as things are running and we can just trash everything else out, it's gonna be probably fine, maybe. Okay, so other things we wanted, Holmium processing is a thing we do want when we get things running. And actually, how we're doing with, we still have agricultural science, and we're just pushing through that quality. Amazing. Yeah, Holmium processing, is that the thing that, that's not Holmium processing. This is, yeah, electromag plant. Craft the holmium plate. This is the thing we actually want to get to, so we should probably think about how to do the holmium thing, and that's going to be pretty easy from here, isn't it? Isn't it a chemical plant or something that we're just going to throw these guys in here? We're going to say holmium solution also needs water. That is not a thing I remember. We were remembering a lot of things about how the stuff happens. It's fine. Yeah, and then somewhere over here, like literally right here, if we move you across, we are going to end up in a situation where all of these pipes annoy me a little, but that was probably always going to be the case. Yeah, you guys just grab all your stuff. You're going to be fine. We could do intermediate buffers with... Yeah, we could do intermediate buffers with picking out other bits of holmium, but I don't even think we worry about that. In fact, I think at the moment we just go craft some of this stuff, and then isn't it an assembler and or foundry, of which we do not have that many yet, but we could immediately prod through this. Do we have the power grid to prod through this? Yeah, we absolutely do. Okay. I think we do want to be making these guys and this iron into more accumulators to put around the place, because we've got kind of an island to work with if we can get the rest of this going. You can go here. You can have... And then we want the holmium plate. Made in a foundry. Made in some other stuff. Oh yeah, maybe we should be doing the efficiency module thing. We did that efficiency module thing in most places. Okay, fine. More power grids, more grid support down here. This buffer is going pretty well. I was back for prod mods and efficiency mods. Is that what we're doing? I think it is, because we wanted this guy to have some productivity and also some power reduction. And then I guess we're also just... I think a lot of these chests we will be replacing with... I think a lot of these chests we will be replacing with other belts once we figure out more of what we're doing. But we just want to bootstrap something online. How did we get... Where is the... How many of these do we need? Oh, it's craft 50. Okay, craft 50 of those things and then we will be online. Okay, recyclers. What do recyclers need? We need steel plate, gears, blue chips, concrete. All of those we literally have on the belt. So I think we're going to go like right here before we're even pulling anything else off. And we are going to go make recyclers. And grab whatever you want, except we are not giving you those kinds of modules. We are immediately just giving you quality modules. The thing we are actually here to do, which we are pretty happy about now that we have got some of the stuff online, is to export recyclers, of which we have a bunch of things. Yeah, you guys should be just grabbing anything you need as it floats past. Cool, yeah. Grabbing quality recyclers, exporting recyclers of quality, and also exporting... What do we need to make these guys? Processing units, steel, the holmium that we just looked at, and refined concrete. Refined concrete is going to need the concrete, this steel, the water, which is right here. This is... going surprisingly well, actually, and the iron which is over here. So what if we just took these guys out, remembered that if we put this... Oh wait, no, you guys are putting things on the wrong side. Okay. Put that here. And now we have concrete and steel next to where there is water. Can we also have these guys here? Because these are the guys we want to make the refined concrete with some degree of efficiency, I guess. And then... yeah, this looks like it's going to do what we want. If we get the poles in on one side, we can pull refined concrete out on the other side. There's also the holmium we want over here. Are we going to worry about holmium at quality? Maybe we should. Those guys are all connecting, but we actually need more power through here. It's probably going to be fine. Yeah, we want inserters in here, and then another belt which needs to get the poles on it. And then you also need an inserter out here. And refined concrete, that's going to be on the outside of that belt. Is that? It's not going to be on the outside of the belt at all. Now it will be on the outside of that belt, which means these guys could be on the inside of that belt. Okay. And then if we had a thing over here that can make us electromags, wherefore art thou electromags? All we need are also the steel from here. In that case, I don't think we merge these things this way. I think because we already needed the iron poles somewhere, I think we grab these guys as an output and run them. Let's leave space for getting these red chips out. If we're going to do anything with these, we might not. This stuff can just run in here. The steel can run in there like so. Indeed it can. We're going to have to clear this steel off the belt. I actually had some poles sitting around. Oh yeah, because when we pick up all the junk, we also get poles sometimes in the junk, don't we? So that is also fine. I've also got this junk that I want to, yeah, reproduce. Oh well. And then, so if this belt, the direction I was going with this is if this belt here is steel and... yeah, if this belt here is steel and blue chips, then we can move this guy back a little to say here. And can we be making electromags? Maybe. I think I need to go and pick up... yeah, this is in the right place. We can have another of these guys here as well. We do want quality modules, but we're not actually going to get all that many quality modules out of it yet. Steel is... yeah, we're not making that... we're not getting that much steel past the recyclers because we're not getting much material in, for which we had a plan that we are... oh no, wait, we would have to remove these recyclers. Okay. Scrap goes in here. We remove these recyclers. We have bots get rid of things we know we're requesting. Good bots, picking up all the things. We can then have more mining. Is there also a spot over here that needs, yeah, some support? And then we just have more mines doing this stuff. Okay, that's fantastic. Oh yeah, we've got so many gears. We gave away the gears assemblers, didn't we? Yeah, okay. I think what we're going to do is we're going to flip this guy so that we can have these two next to each other so that we can go double long-handed inserter into a thing that makes poles, and then run this underground, hopefully out of the way of this box of recyclers of stuff. Which side of the belt do these guys need to be on? If we ran this in here, and if they were on the left-hand side, that would all do what it needs to. In order to be... Okay, so this actually, just like this, is... Okay, let's do this with undergrounds because we're continuing to make a mess. Is going to be the side of the belt on which we want things to apply. And bots should have all of those things, so we are still throwing away... We're throwing away some coils, we're throwing away some gears, maybe, and we're pulling... Yeah, we're still putting all of this stuff... I think the recycler... Do I want... Yeah, how do I want to prioritize the recyclers versus the electromags? And what I actually want to do to start with is get rid of this thing, start using electromags with quality to build the electromags. Yeah, fine. And then can we also... Okay, let's move this guy by 1. Let's give these guys some more inputs. And now... Yeah, we don't even... Because the thing is, I also don't think I want to be exporting electromags at all. I think I only want to be like, the 2 goals that we've got to be pulling stuff out of Fulgora at the moment. I think we can also get more steel. I think we can also get more steel by cooking more of this iron with more stuff that we get out of these recyclers. So, also these recyclers seem cool. I don't actually care about them at all. I would like to... are we still just... Yeah, we're still just waiting on Homium. I would like to upgrade these recyclers to, say, rare before we actually bother doing anything with them. Did I have more scrap? No, you're just out. Okay, so the other problem we're going to have is... Oh, but we've got a buffer of water when these things run. We have a buffer of fuel, so we do actually have a way of accidentally running down this mining, which is also currently not powered and should be. Yeah, we have a way of accidentally running down the mining and being sad about that, and then, yeah, being able to... What is your quality rating at the moment? 10%? Yeah, not spectacular, not great, not terrible. Yeah, I think we want to get this stuff as well and just feed it into the machine because we are a little bit scrap starved. Let's actually get some mining drills that are lined up properly. Is this... I don't know that this is necessarily where I wanted to be for... turn my bots off, have the base do all of this now. You guys have got power grid, you'll be fine. Yeah, are we happy with what's going on? Maybe? Is this everything that I wanted in the first Fulgora? Probably not. But I don't think you ever get everything you want the first time. That just does not seem like a good way of setting your own expectations. So I think we should have... oh wait, I've got these, bots don't have these. And then you are also not powered, whatever. We can solve that. Okay, so this can also go underneath. How far underneath could this go? This can go underneath to, say, here. And then where else can we make this worse? And we can just dump it in here. It's fine. Okay, so this is the Fulgora we built today. We've got 2 little bits of... Actually, you know what I'd really like? Being distracted again. I would like more radars. I would like to not be... Okay, build... Yeah, we did want to automate these accumulators because we realized that... actually, it might not even matter. It might not matter if we are doing everything we can with this power grid so the solar doesn't really... Also, the lightning never really gets a chance to collect if all of these guys are full. But I think if we can start modulating these guys better... for example, we are starting to get uncommon electromags, which is fantastic. That is what we are here for. Yeah, I think when we come back... Oh wait, I wanted the radars so I could scan a whole pile of stuff and see if we could figure out more about what was around. And I think also because we have now done most of the setup and we've got a bit of a network, we've got a bit of a power grid. I say we've got a bit of a power grid. We have these guys... Oh, because we moved that pole. And this robot pool was only powered by the lightning thing, which only sometimes happened. The power grid is fine, I promise, for some definition of fine, and I guess some definition of promise. Yeah, let's move. We actually want to go this way. We know that north there is less going on because we came from the north. And we would like to be over here and scanning out stuff that's going on, and then also collecting more lightning and extending the bot network. Now there's nothing we care about. Okay, so we are scanning out our surroundings. We have a lot of gears that I don't actually care about, but also gears are a thing we are often just venting in Fulgora anyway. Yeah, and then I think when we come back, like, I don't even mind having this many recyclers. All those recyclers are things that I want a lot of. What I think I do want to do is make sure that the electromags get the steel before the recyclers get everything else. They also want steel and blue chips, which we already have a belt of over here. So what else do we need? It's gears and concrete. Concrete we also have a limited supply of here. I think we can do this thing. Okay, I'm going to help the bots out with that. We can just do that over here as well. Let's not do it there, let's do it here. So we can also just go multiple lanes of stuff. Yeah, you have all the things, don't worry about it, because we wanted the steel and then gears and concrete, both of which we have in a supply. Yeah, I think we go here, and then we also look at these two tiles, and we do the same thing where we go, you get to grab concrete. If the concrete, you actually get to, yeah, use filters, grab concrete. If the concrete is greater than or equal to 8. So you guys want to read... So if these two belts are full, then we get to grab concrete, and we get to grab concrete and take it to... is this... Can we move you by one tile so this can go over? I wanted this to go up one. Yes, and then we just needed to figure out how to get in here. And wildly enough, it's going to be on the correct side of the belt to just do something like this and just go gears here. Give you power. Can we? Yeah, we can power that. Okay, so we've got gears here, we've got concrete, we've got all of that stuff going into this machine down here. Could you also be in a different place? Yes. In a way that means that we are prioritizing the electromags, but they're also limited by holmium. If we have solved the power grid problem, then we could also address the holmium situation further. We can go and pick up more of the stuff as well. And then I think when we come back, having dropped the radars, I think we're going to drop some more accumulators around the place. Most of this mining is just doing a thing. We are junking coils and stone and a couple of... Oh, we're not even junking the gears, because the gears are getting this far and filling up these boxes. So, yeah, we're going to come back. We're going to do a quality juggle for these. Could we? I mean, a quality juggle if we're doing with Logibots is going to be so hard, is it? I think we can probably do that just now, because we did build the request chests that we've got back from no longer doing the power grid like this, and this little space we're not doing a whole lot with. So let's go, yeah, let's just go straight to... Here is Where though? Here we're going to request ourselves. Okay, let's do the requests last after we've figured out where everything is going to work. Module upgrades are also a thing we should think about. But yeah, we're just gonna do pure quality upgrades. We want this going into probably a steel box because we need the space. Yeah, but we also don't have any steel turning up over here because we're turning it into things. Okay, that's fine. We do want the space. Actually, this should probably be a request box so that we can set limits on the stuff that turns up in here and then eventually just dump it back in storage. So I think the 5 steel chests I just made, we're going to turn into more storage chests that are going to just tuck in there and be fine. Yeah, and then we want yeah, you working on normal quality kind of doesn't matter. Mostly we want it for, yeah, we're going to request all of the electromags at normal and uncommon quality. Actually, I think here because of how, yeah, I think we can probably go, if we go here and request electromags of, yeah, I think this is going to work for a bit. Here we request electromags of uncommon quality. Here we request electromags of common quality, and then down here, this is, yeah, what happens if we get rare things in either of these boxes, which is a thing we should consider. We should also consider possibly having epic things in these boxes, which means I think this needs to move across by 1 so that we can go provider chests here for quality of greater than or equal to rare. So if any of these, and then do we not need, I think we still need to be, these need to be request boxes, so we can stabilize how much is coming out of this. Okay, so I've got electromags here. We're going to continue to quality module all of these things, and this one is going to be electromags at uncommon. This, I think, is going to work out okay, and then you are going to have a variety of inputs and outputs that we are going to quality manage. So this is the recycler for uncommon electromags. So we want quality uncommon here. We then want quality common here. And we want quality greater than or equal to rare over here. Is this doing what it needs to? So this is, then we can also have an electromag here that is also going to get quality modules. Are we still, for a while so there was a couple of minutes where we actually ran out of agricultural science. Yeah, this is going to be electromags at rare, which we are going to leave with the quality modules, because the plan is actually to push through this epic quality when we get around to doing that. But yeah, this guy can have from either box. This guy's going to need from this box. We're going to need a long-handed inserter here that has the at common quality, and then anything we're kicking out at greater than or equal to rare. I think this is going to do, I mean, this is going to take ages, and is just going to scale up in a way that we are fine with. And yeah, over here we are going to request electromags at uncommon quality, you know, like 10 of them. And then here we are going to request electromags at common quality, which we also don't have any more of yet. This does mean that we are not going to be getting out. Yeah, uncommon, yeah, delivery 7. We are not going to be getting products from this for a while, because we are going to be, making all of, actually, you get a stack inserter, you're doing a lot of good work. You guys probably only need regular inserters, same here, we're not going to be running these all that much. Module upgrades here will be cool, which we should probably also do, because this is the place of module upgrades. Then I think we want to do the same thing with recyclers so that we can be exporting recyclers. And then this is basically the form of what I want Fulgora to do immediately. I don't even care about science. I would like to be able to export quality recyclers. I would like to be able to export quality electromags. We might not get very many very quickly, but I think we're going to have to scale this up as well. I think we need to do some module juggling here as well, but yeah, that is the Fulgora we made today. It is running, it is still running. We've connected how much scrap? 53k, 71k. Didn't this I think we've mined out like a third of the scrap patch just in the time we've been here, but then we found some more, so that could be pretty cool, because we also want, getting trains over to this could be a bit of a pain. Figuring out how to get all of the stations in here can be a bit tricky, but having found this stuff, having found another million scrap down here, that's pretty big. I think if we have kicked through another 5 minutes of agricultural science, I think the things we are going to want imminently include more mining productivity. That's a lot, isn't it? Although, 60 times tick multipliers, that's what they do. I think we may as well finish off the portable fusion reactor, look at getting some better armor. The mech suit is huge, but we're not planning on doing Fulgoran science yet. And then epic quality when we've got, depending on whether or not we've got the agricultural science around. And yeah, I think we come back later, we do more of this business, we work on, is it even worth trying to export rare electromags yet? Maybe we should be trying to export uncommon electromags. Unclear. In any case, we are on Fulgora. We need to build a launch capacity. That's the thing we can do later. We can throw down more accumulators. Yeah, pretty happy that we have at least bootstrapped a little thing.